everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I am now 34 weeks pregnant and this is going to be my update for the last week. So I'm trying to film this with natural light today, so I'm not using like my ring light because I know that sometimes it can make everything in the background look really dark when it's not, and I just thought I would be my complete self and no fancy lighting or anything like that, but let me know the quality is still okay. So I'm trying to film this today when I'm dead on 34 weeks because sometimes I tend to film it like towards the end of the week where I'm like 34 and a half or whatever and a half weeks, and I feel like the closer I get to my due date I kind of need to stay on top of them a little bit better because otherwise I could completely miss one out if I go into labour. So I'm 34 weeks exactly today, which is really exciting, and baby is now the size of a butternut squash, which feels pretty sizable to me. I know that he's measuring slightly above average from past scans we've had and things like that, so I'm really curious to see how big he is now. I definitely feel it. A few people have really noticed my belly in the last week or so, so I feel like it's getting real. Another weird thing that keeps happening at the moment is that everybody seems pretty much convinced that he's going to come early, which is really like daunting for me but kind of exciting at the same time. Like obviously I don't want him any earlier than 37 weeks, which is full term, because I want him to be as healthy as possible, particularly if he does turn out to have my syndrome, because he's going to need all of his strength if he's going to spend some time in NICU. So it's one of those where like I don't mind him coming early so long as it's not like prematurely early, if that makes sense. But everybody's convinced, even my mum is just like, you know, just start to take it easy now because full term is only 3 weeks away if you consider it like that, so that's a little bit scary. I have had a few new symptoms for the past like week or so, the first being that my boobs have had another growth spurt, which is not really necessary, to be honest girls. Like you didn't need to get any bigger, did you? But I've just noticed that like I still wear underwire bras like when I'm pregnant. I still find them comfortable and all, but I've started to notice that I like bulge out of them a little bit and they feel a lot fuller, and I'm just more aware of them, and I'm pretty sure that there's some sort of milk action going on in there. I haven't squeezed or played with them in any way because I just was going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that until he's born. But I am noticing a difference, and I just feel like they're a lot fuller. Another thing I've started to notice is water retention, and I think I'm starting to get it in my legs and my feet and my hands, and probably a little bit in my face, because I always find that the bridge of my nose tends to kind of like even out a little bit and kind of becomes less defined, and my lips get bigger, I've noticed. So I'm keeping an eye on that. It's one of those things, can't really do anything about it. I don't think it's any sign of preeclampsia, just because I've had a scare with Bill's pregnancy and I kind of know what to look out for. And obviously with my third pregnancy, like I know what my body does at certain stages, so I'm just sort of making sure I rest. It's mainly when I am very active and I'm walking around and moving around lots, and first thing in the morning when obviously like circulation's not as great when you've been asleep and stuff like that, is it? So it's not causing me any discomfort, and I can still like wear normal rings and stuff like that and not worry about it. So that's one thing. But with that I've noticed, like, and I remember saying this in my pregnancy with Daisy, I have like veins on my hand, we all do, but mine start to bulge out when they get towards the end of pregnancy, and I think again that's like to do with like increased blood flow and water retention and things like that. But I am starting to look at myself in the mirror and not 100% like what I see, which I think is okay, because you don't have to like what you see all the time, do you? And pregnancy is a blessing and a gift, and it's beautiful and it's lovely, but when you get towards the end you do feel like a big fat lump. Am I right? Because I do, and I am starting to sort of think about what I want when he's born in terms of my figure. This is my last baby. I've recently turned 30. I'd really like to start focusing on my health and things like that, so it has started to sort of worm its way into my mind. I'm not going to make any rash decisions, because obviously like bonding with him and those first few baby weeks and months are what are really important, rather than like, you know, eating lots of salad. But I am excited to get my body back. I'm looking at all the spring and summer fashion that keeps popping up, you know, when you get emails from like your favourite stores, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll buy that, and then thinking, oh no, actually there's no point, because it won't fit you and will look ridiculous. So I am looking forward to getting my figure back, but I imagine it probably won't be until around this time next year when I feel like confident again. But I'm just gonna, you know, it's part and parcel of having a baby, isn't it? I'm just gonna roll with it. Now this next symptom is a bit TMI, so like if you don't like talking about bowel movements, and maybe click away, I don't know. But I'm going to talk about it just because in all of my apps and like updates and stuff, everything goes on about like constipation, how like that's a really common thing, and at this stage of your pregnancy anyway. But for me, I am the exact opposite, and I find that quite weird, and that does sometimes give me a little bit of cause for concern, because obviously when you have a clear out, that can be a sign that like labour's imminent, which I you know, touch wood, I don't think it is, but I just feel like vegetables in particular as well like go through me really quickly. And I have gone off things again, like I'm not really a fan of chicken that much. I'm not really a fan of very many meats. Like red meat is more my thing, pork is more my thing, and like I could eat like beef mince and stuff, but I don't want steak, I don't want like anything like that. It's just, it's really bizarre how like a few of those aversions have creeped back in. I do tend to have like a weird taste in my mouth a lot of the time, and I do sometimes feel queasy, but nowhere near what it was like for the most of the first and second trimesters, because like it was horrendous. And then the only other thing really symptom wise is that I had a tiny bit more plug on Sunday morning, but not masses, but I just definitely know the difference. I think you get to know your body and you know what something is and what something isn't. So like it's not concerning me at all, but that happened again, which was delightful. And then I guess all the other stuff that is baby related is just preparation. I have just said goodbye to our carpet fitter, so our hallway carpet and the landing is now fitted and looks amazing, which is really exciting. And then that means we can get the chest of drawers that we have built and filled up with all of baby boy's clothes back on the landing, because we have a lovely little alcove which is like perfect for his clothes. Like it fits the dresser in there really nicely, so we've got that option, which is great when obviously he's going to be sharing our room for a long time, because our house only has 3 bedrooms. So that's great news. I'm really excited about that, and I've sorted through all his clothes, and I think the biggest gap I've got is like 0 to 3 month vests. I think I need some of those, but everything else I'm quite well stocked in, which is really good. And I've also packed his hospital bag, so I will be filming a video for that hopefully this week. And I'm just finishing mine because I find mine a little bit harder, because some of the things that I'm using regularly and I need and things like that. But that's a big deal for me, because I feel like it's really important to get all of that sorted, especially because we have a wedding which is about an hour away when I'm 37 weeks pregnant, which is probably like, it's the closest I'd go an hour away for. Like I don't think I'll be going further than like my village once I pass that, but I want to have those bags packed to take with us just in case, as well as all of like our wedding stuff, because we're staying over in a hotel, and I just want to feel prepared. I feel like that will really help me, and the house is in a really good state, and the nesting side of me is happy about that. Like I've still got a few tip runs to do with Mark, and like some touch-ups of paint, and you know, just little things, but we're on track, which is really exciting. So yeah, it's kind of where we're up to. Like I'm doing really well, he's moving really regularly, my energy is okay. I am finding that I'm getting tired, and that I can't see my vagina anymore, I'll be honest with you. So like, you know, shaving has become difficult, or doing any bikini areas, and you know, painting your toenails and putting your shoes on. I'm really noticing now that I'm like, okay, I can't do this. I'm like a turtle on my back. I do need to ask for help a little bit with like shoes and stuff, but it's not gonna last forever, is it? And one thing I've noticed today, while it's freezing, outside because I'm sat in front of a big bay window, I feel like spring is very slowly coming, just very, very slowly coming, and that excites me because I tend to have, or at least I'm due in spring with my babies. So I was due in May with Bill, had him in June. I was due in April with Daisy, had her in April, and I'm due in March with this baby boy. And I feel like March is like the cusp of spring just starting, and that makes me really excited, and I just wanted to say that. But yeah, I'm going to quickly show you my belly and then I'll say goodbye for another week. So this is my belly at 34 weeks, and it's big. It's not huge, I don't think, but it's definitely sizable. Sometimes I look at it and I feel like it might have dropped, but I'm never quite sure because, you know, you live with something every day, you don't really pick up on things, do you? This cardigan is from ASOS, if you were wondering. I've had a lot of questions over on Instagram about this, so I thought I would just say. And I will show you the naked belly, one sec. So this is my belly at 34 weeks. I haven't got any new stretch marks visibly up here, but I have noticed, and I can't really show you because it's like bikini line, I feel a little bit sore down here, and I feel like one of the, well, it's the only stretch mark that I got with Daisy down here. I feel like that might actually extend again with this baby, but it's fine because nobody can really see it. And then this is me from the side, and yeah, let me know if you think I've dropped, because sometimes I feel like I have, but I'm never sure. So that is everything. I hope you're all doing really well, especially if you're pregnant and watching this. Let me know how you are in the comments below, like what week you are and stuff. I have had so many friends of mine that have had babies recently, and it's like driving me crazy because I feel like I'm so close and yet so far. But yeah, I hope you're all doing okay, and I will hopefully see you next week for week 35. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.